Hello YouTube, this is Sherrick from Sherrick Official Personal Vlog Channel on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Push the bell-shaped icon known as the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up on the video because you already know you're going to love it. It's me. And when the video is over, comment down below with your thoughts and insights on this video and on any suggestions that you have for future video content. Share this video and share the channel link. Have a good one. Let's get to the video. What in the holy crap is going on here? You're probably thinking. Why does this man have 10 barrels, 55-gallon barrels inside of and on top of a little bitty van? Why does he have 30 other ones lined up on a piece of his 2 acres? Single file lines like this. It's peculiar, isn't it? Then again, I'm pretty peculiar, aren't I? Well, the reason, my friends, for this is because I am going to weld an aluminum frame, put it around these 40, 30 right here, and another 10 on top of and inside of that van that I'm going to line up in rows of 5 right here and here, making it a row of 40. I'm going to line those up. So, I'm going to weld an aluminum frame around these 30 barrels and those 10 barrels that'll make 40. I'm going to ultimately make it 50. I'm going to weld an aluminum frame around that 50, and then I'm going to get another 50, put it on the side, another 50, put it right here, another 50, put it right here, and I'm going to keep doing that, lather, rinse, repeat, and welding aluminum frames around each set of 50. Then I'm going to interconnect the frames in a way with hinges that kind of allow the aluminum frame to flex with waves. And I'm ultimately going to put these on the ocean. I'm going to put pond liner tarp on top of each one of these aluminum frames with 50 barrels, and on top of the pond liner tarp I'm going to put compost, soil, grass, vegetable gardens where I don't put grass. Then I'm going to plant fruit bushes like raspberries, blackberries, and ground fruits like strawberries, etc. I'm going to put fruit trees and orchards. And basically what I'm describing to you is I'm going to be building land just like this, gardens just like I have over there on the ocean. I'm going to make a mobile floating island. It's been done before many times by Richart Sowa with Spiral Island, by Freedom Cove in Canada, there's hundreds of them that have been made by the URO, Peruvian people of Lake Titicaca. They make them all a little bit differently than what I'm doing, but they make them very similarly. They just don't use barrels, they use plastic bottles bound together with nets. So what I'm doing is the same thing, it's just faster, quicker, more efficient, because I am an impatient man. So I'm making my own island for my son and my 3 daughters, and we're starting a micronation. I've talked about it before in the past on some of the YouTube videos, and some of you guys have asked me to keep you updated on it, so this is me keeping you updated on it. We're getting started. So I'm going to go ahead and unload these now, make 2 extra rows on this island platform that I set out so that I have a basic idea of what frame weld I'm going to need to make, dimensions wise, length and width. excited. Are you guys? You should see me in a crown. Now this is going to be a funny part, okay? Because you're going to see a pyramid of 55-gallon barrels collapse on and possibly kill me. So that's going to be fun. I'm just kidding, I can't die. I'm not that lucky. Neither are you. Told you I can't die. Told you you're not that lucky. No, my friends. You don't get to see me die. You only get to see me rule. Micronation emperor, baby. And my son's the king. All right, let's do this. Ta-da! 40 barrels. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Next it's going to be 50. Then it's going to be 100. then it's going to be 200. Eventually we're going to get this thing to be about 150 foot by 150 foot and beyond. We're going to get it on the ocean. We're going to get it tarped, soil covered, compost covered, grass, vegetable garden, fruit orchard, fruit bush, root vegetables like potatoes, you know, radishes, beets, things like that. And then we're going to get herbivores out there to keep it organically mowed and to keep us with meat, land-based meat like goats, sheep, chickens, turkeys, miniature cows, rabbits, things like that. And then of course there's going to be ocean meat, because if you're living on a mobile floating island in the middle of the ocean over some coral, you can get any kind of seafood you like, really, from fish to octopus, squid, lobster, things like that. So let's do it, baby. So, like I said, if you're interested in seeing what a finished product similar to what I'm doing would look like, YouTube Richart, R-I-C-H-A-R-T, Richart, like wealthy art, rich art, Sowa, S-O-W-A, Bottle Island, plastic bottle island. YouTube that. You can YouTube Uro people of Lake Titicaca. I know that's a funny name. Uro is U-R-O, Peruvian, should be self-explanatory. And then Lake Titicaca is L-A-K-E, Titicaca, T-I-T-I-C-A-C-A, Titicaca. And you can also YouTube search Freedom Cove floating island. And there are many floating islands. If you just search it up, as my daughter would say, Isabel, I love you, Isabel. If you just search it up on YouTube, there are several examples of different kinds of floating islands. Some are using plastic bottles, recycled plastic drinking water bottles, captured together in nets to float the island. Some use, like the Uro people of Peru, for thousands of years they've been floating islands on the root of a reed. That is, the root is similar to cork or styrofoam, and it floats heavy weight. They've been making islands on that for thousands of years. After 30 years, those islands begin to sink, though, so they have to keep rebuilding them every 30 to 40 years, and that's inconvenient. So a while back, I YouTube commented to them, letting them know that you could use plastic 55-gallon barrels to do that. A few years back, I let them know that, and I've since seen that they've started to make a more modern version, pretty much identical to what I'm doing, and using floating plastic barrels and floating plastic bottles to float theirs as well. So I'm going to show you some clips in this video of other videos where people have done something similar to what I'm doing. I say similar because I'm going to be doing a much more organized, structured, better looking, aesthetically pleasing version of a floating island than these people do, because none of them did it for the purpose of starting a micronation, and that's what I'm doing. A lot of people have started micronations, and a lot of people have made mobile floating islands, but no one has made a mobile floating island to start a micronation. So that's going to be me as a first. The closest thing that there is to what I'm doing was Sealand, the island that still exists. It's kind of an island, but depending on how you define island, just YouTube search Sealand. And then there's also Rose Island. Look that up on Netflix. They made a movie about the gentleman that made Rose Island. That island doesn't float. It's actually anchored to the sea floor, because that was back when you could be in international waters by only being a few miles out. Since then, because of that man, they made international waters spread out 200 miles from the shoreline to where you're in deeper water, where you could not anchor an island to the earth, and that's why they did that. but that was because nobody had thought of doing what I'm doing now, making a floating mobile island. So they were trying to prevent somebody from making their own micronation on an island after Rose Island, but that's because they didn't anticipate a guy like me who thinks things through very, very, very much too deeply. So I'm going to send you some clips right now for you to check out. Watch the clips. You'll understand a little bit better what I'm talking about and what I'm about to be doing with these barrels.